Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata-sevayā Bhagavati Uttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Aradhyo Bhagavan Rajeshatanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadu Vargena Vakalpita Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam pramanamamalam prema pumartho mahan Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhur matamidam tatradarana para Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 10, Chapter 44. We're starting a fresh chapter today entitled The Killing of Kamsa. This chapter has 51 verses and primarily there are two sections here. The match between the wrestlers and Krishna Balaram, and then the women of Mathura glorify Krishna Balaram, and then finally the killing of Kamsa, and later Krishna Balaram meet with their parents, Vasudeva and Devaki. That's a high level overview and important chapter because this is the killing of the demon Kamsa, for which Krishna had appeared, one of the reasons Krishna had appeared. So let's go deeper and try to understand what all is there. We'll start with the summary. I think there's a nice summary here. This chapter tells how Krishna and Balaram killed the wrestlers, how Krishna killed Kamsa and consoled Kamsa's wives, and how the two lords were reunited with their mother and father. Often, this is a very important thing in every class, whether we are giving or hearing. We should be able to summarize that in one or two lines. This is that one line for this chapter. So after we hear any class, we should always try to say, okay, what's my main takeaway? What's my take-home message in one or two lines? That always helps us to remember that much deeper. Deciding to wrestle, Lord Krishna faced off against Chanura, and Lord Baladev took on Mushtika. Battling arm to arm, head to head, knee to knee, and chest to chest, the opponents attacked each other so fiercely that they appeared to be harming even their own bodies. The ladies in the arena, seeing the violent battle, began to condemn the king and all the members of the assembly. A respectable audience should never have allowed a wrestling match between such huge wrestlers whose limbs are as tough as lightning bolts, and such tender young boys who are just entering youth. An intelligent person should never enter an assembly if he sees injustice being done there. Because Vasudeva and Devaki did not fully understand the power of Krishna and Balaram, they became extremely unhappy when they heard the women of the audience speak these words. Sri Krishna then grabbed Chanura's arms, whirled him around several times, and threw him on the ground, killing him. Mushtika met a similar fate after being struck powerfully by Lord Balram's palm. He began vomiting blood and then fell down dead. Thereupon the wrestlers named Kota, Shala, Toshala came forward. But Krishna and Balram easily killed them with the blows of their fists and feet. The remaining wrestlers, fearing for their lives, all fled. Except for Kamsa, everyone present cheered Krishna and Balram. The king, in a rage, stopped the festive music and ordered that Vasudeva, Nanda, Ugrasena, and all the cowherds be severely punished, and that Krishna and Balram be driven from the assembly. Krishna became furious when he heard Kamsa speak this way, and he instantly leapt, leaped onto the lofty royal dais. He grabbed Kamsa by the hair, hurled him down onto the floor of the wrestling ring, and threw himself on top of him. In this way, Kamsa met his death. Because of because out of fear, Kamsa had always thought of Krishna. After his death, he gained the liberation of having a form like Lord's Sarupya Mukti. Kamsa's 8 brothers, interesting, then attacked Krishna, but Balram easily killed each of them with his club, just as lion kills defenseless animals. Kettle drums resounded in the sky as the joyful demigods rained down flowers and chanted the glories of Lord Krishna and Lord Balram. The wives of Kamsa, grieving for their husband, lamented that he had died because of his violence towards other living beings and his lack of respect for Krishna, the Supreme Soul, who creates, maintains, and destroys the entire universe. The Lord consoled the widows, had the funeral rites performed for Kamsa and his brothers, and then released his mother and father from the bondage. Krishna offered obeisance at his parents' feet, but they, now understanding him to be the supreme personality of Godhead, did not embrace him. Haribol. So nice, very nice summary. So very beautiful chapter. Let's go and dive deep in. Sri Uvacha Evam Charchita Sankalpo Bhagavan Madhusudanaha Asasadhata Chanuram Mushtikam Rohini Sutaha. Translation by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shukdev Goswami said, thus addressed, Lord Sri Krishna made up his mind to accept the challenge. He paired off with Chanura and Lord Balram with Mushtika. That was the challenge given. Don't fight with these ordinary boys of your age. Fight with us. You and me, Chanura said to Krishna, and Mushtika, my brother, will fight with your brother. Thinking, so here the word used is charchita sankalpa. What does that mean? Fixed. fixed vow, determination. Bhagavan took Bhagavan Madhusudana. The word Madhusudana means the killer of Madhu demon. There are other meanings too, but here that meaning is Krishna who kills the demons. So he took a sankalpa. What sankalpa? I'll finish these off. They are trying to be over smart. They are trying to use flowery words and trying to provoke me. Okay, you want to fight with me? Done. Krishna approached. Okay, challenge accepted. Let's see what happens further. So in this verse, Krishna accepted that he made up his mind. He paired off with Chanura and Balram with Mushtika. Next verse. Anyone wants to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I can try, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, devotees. Hastabhyam hastayorbhadbha padbhyam eva cha padayoho vichakarshatur anyonyam prahasya vijijishaya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, disciple Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Seizing each other's hand and locking legs with each other, the opponents struggled powerfully, eager for victory. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Haribol. I think we have all seen this kind of wrestling match. We saw the picture also. I think it's worth seeing again. Krishna, Chanura wrestling. Let's see if I can give a picture. Yes, this is exactly the picture in the Ranga Bhumi. This is later is going to come. Kamsa being destroyed. This picture is also an interesting one. So they locked the hands, and that's how a typical wrestling match begins. All the audience is watching. These are other wrestlers trying to encourage their fellow wrestlers. Kala, Toshala, Shala, etc. This is Chanura, and this is Mushtika. Krishna fought with Chanura and seizing each other's hand, locking with their other legs. They struggled, every eager for victory. Next, anyone?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I will try. Hare Krishna, devotee, Danvat Pranam. Text 3. Aratni dve aratnibhyam janubhyam chaiva januni sira sirsorasostva anyonyam abhijagnutaha. Translation and purport by the disciple of His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. They each talk fist against fist, knees against knees, head against head, and chest against chest. Purport. The word aratni in this verse may indicate the elbow as well as the fist. Thus, blows were perhaps also struck with the elbow, a technique seen today in various martial arts. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Very well. Shukdev Goswami is such an expert director. He's not just saying, okay, he fought with Chanura and then later he killed him, right? Could have said that, which was true. But you see, like so much action, like fist against fist, chest against chest, knees against knees, like so much detail, so graphic, as if like you're there, head against head, like head-on collision, chest against chest, bang, like you may have seen sometimes in movies or some drama or something, like people fighting like this. Janu knees with So many, like Krishna is the originator of all the martial arts, right? Blows were perhaps also struck with elbow, right? Like kind of hitting with elbow. And these are techniques in today's martial arts. In today's martial arts actually is coming from our Shastras only. You know, in Thai boxing, there is a thing called Hanuman hold. There's a kick called Angad kick in Thai boxing. All these, Hanuman Dand you may have heard, right? Hanuman Dand is quite famous. Hanuman hold, Angad hold, right? So in Thai boxing, this is Thai boxing. It's like a, it's a famous sport. So everything is coming. Krishna is the originator. So if someone likes karate, wrestling, taekwondo, all these are coming ultimately from the Supreme Lord, right? So if any of your kids or like known people, they do this, you can remind them that Krishna did that. They can read this chapter.
Prabhuji, fist means mutti. Means
Yes. Mukka prahar.
mukka.
This is fist, like punch. We are only aware of Sunday feast, huh? Here's sadhus. So I'll read something from Vishnu Thakur's words here. The refers to making a fist with all the fingers except the little fingers. Interesting. Wrestling with such a pair of fists is very difficult and unheard of, whereas wrestling is generally done with open hands. Nevertheless, just as Krishna invented new ways of playing on the flute, as stated in the Venuvadya, Urudha, Nija Shiksha, he would invent new ways of playing flute. He would invent new ways of doing wrestling. He also fought in this novel way with great skill. Though Chanura experienced great difficulty with this, he accepted this style out of pride in his own ability as a heroic wrestler. Interesting comment here. So Krishna, just casually he'll invent new ways of doing things, new ways of wrestling. He's the original Adhi, the Sarva Karana Karanam Govindam Adi Purusham. He's the cause of all causes, the source of all sources. So as we discuss all these taekwondo, boxing, judo, karate, martial arts, kung fu, all these are nothing compared to what Krishna would do. He would invent newer ways. So interesting and very, very graphic and very action oriented. Someone can make a movie here. So let's see what happened further. Yes, Mataji, want to read? Śrī Radhika Mataji.
परिभ्रमण विक्षेप परिरंभावपातने उत्सर्पणापसर्पणेश्च अन्योन्यं प्रत्यरुन्धताम्. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Each fighter contended with his opponent by dragging him about in circles, shoving and crushing him, throwing him down and running before and behind him. But Srila Sridhar Swami explains that the word parirambha indicates crushing one's opponent with one's arms. Hare Krishna.
But now they are dragging each other with the in between the and moving in circles. Krishna is also called Ghasitaram. He is famous for लोगों को घसीटने में. He's expert. He's expert in dragging. It reminds me of very wonderful picture. Let's see if I can find that out. One person made this very nice picture. There's a quote that if someone takes to spiritual life, even if they slacken or try to get away, Krishna will drag them to spiritual world. Right? Nice picture also. Vishishika, a student of Vishishika Maharaj made that, and I'm not able to find it. But it's very interesting. Like he's literally like dragging his devotee and taking to spiritual world. So Krishna is expert in dragging his devotee. The Ukhala, the Gasitaram word comes from the Ukhal Leela, right? He was dragging the Ukhala in Damodar Leela. So here we see each fighter contended with his opponent was by dragging. Uvalapida also we just saw. He was dragging. Dhenuka, right? He was dragging, moving in circles and rock and roll. Shoving and crushing him, throwing him down and running before them and behind them. So in short, a very interesting fight is going on here. And we know this, that Krishna, can Chandra really drag him? Right? Can Chandra really try to, hit Krishna? No. But imagine you are you buy a ticket to watch wrestling. Okay. And the match begins, and generally the hero enters later, right? All the people are seated before. And you came 30 minutes early, so you get a right seat and everything. And then the match begins, tung, tung, tung. And one guy gives the punch to the next guy, the other guy is down, match over. Will you like it? Will you enjoy that match? Right? You'll say, oh my God, I paid the ticket and like match over. Okay, leave. I like what? In like 5 seconds, match is over. So Krishna could have, in 1 second, match over. But he's having fun. He's experiencing that Virya Rasa. He's letting. Same with the Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha and Kamsa and many others. He lets them feel that they are also winning. Otherwise, their blows are also working, right? Otherwise, they'll feel discouraged. And they'll feel like there's no point in fighting, like nothing is working, right? Like Indra got discouraged when fighting with Vritrasura. Vritrasura said, no, Baba, your astra is powerful. Release. It's going to work. He gave him the confidence. No, your astra is going to work. Interesting. He had more faith in that astra. So Krishna Thakur says here, Pari Brahmana. Pari Brahmana means whirling around with the hands. The word Parirambha indicates crushing within one's arm. And Avaptanai means throwing. Utsarpana means releasing. and running in front of the other. So all these, I used to watch wrestling as a child. Because my dad used to watch and I was like watching with him. So all like WW and all these, they would do this, it's all entertainment, WW, World Wrestling Entertainment, something like that, right? But they do all these things like it's important that reading Krishna Lila should not lead us to that remembrance, but if accidentally we see that, it should lead us to Krishna's remembrance. But conditioned soul, we have not seen all these, now that we have seen these in like real life nowadays. But just to give some context, that's how all these wrestlings and karate. So next time you see any karate or any judo, any of these things, you can remember this Chanura and Krishna fighting. So in very novel ways, they were fighting and trying to attack and throwing each other and whirling each other and crushing each other and whatnot. Utthapanैर् उन्नयनैश् चालनैस्थापनैरपि परस्परं जिगीषन्ताम् अपचक्रतुरात्मनः. Forcefully lifting and carrying each other, pushing each other away, and holding each other down. The fighters hurt even their own bodies in the great eagerness for victory. Srila Jiva Goswami explains that although Krishna and Balaram did not, of course, harm themselves, it appeared that Chanura, it appeared that way to Chanura, Mushtika, and others of mundane vision. In other words, the lords were fully absorbed in the pastime, krida, in the pastime. They were absorbed in the pastime of being wrestlers. So nicely it's shared here that to others with mundane vision, it appeared that Krishna and Balaram were getting hurt, but actually they did not get hurt. Or harm. So all these pushing, thus attacking one another, they injured their own bodies. I mean, we know, like if someone, let's say, no, it happens if someone really hits with their head to the other person's head, right? Which happens in wrestling. Well, their head will also get hurt, right? The Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So they'll also get, if they are hitting their elbow with elbow to elbow, head to head, knee to knee, so naturally it will appear to others that both parties are getting hurt. That's the point here. Next verse. Yes, Radha Mataji, want to read? Okay, sure, please.
तद्बलाबल्वयुद्धं समेतः सर्वयोषितः उच्चुः परस्परं राजन् सानुकम्पा वरुत्थसाः. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. My dear King, all the women present, considering the match an unfair fight between the strong and the weak, felt extreme anxiety due to compassion. They assembled in groups around the arena and spoke to one another as follows. Hare Krishna.
Krishna is expert. In one lila, he does multiple lila. So in one way, he is giving the Chanur and Mushtika the rasa of Virya, chivalry, because that's how they wanted. You remember, as we approach, he shall reciprocate accordingly. Yatha mam prapadyante tam sataiv bhajamyaham. When Krishna and Balram entered the Yuddha, the wrestling arena, they saw them as mountains, right? As fighters, wrestlers. So he is reciprocating. But the women saw them as very dear, their beloved, the most handsome, their life and soul. So now the Krishna and Balram are increasing the love of all of them towards Krishna. And when someone is in anxiety for the other person, care for the other person, right? Naturally, the love will increase. When the other person is in danger, or seems to be, of course, because the Yoga Maya covers, they're not thinking, oh, Krishna is God, what can happen? I just eat popcorn, he'll kill in after 2 minutes anyway. Just relax, take it easy. They're not thinking like that. They're thinking, oh, our dear Krishna is in danger. Chanura is harming. Oh, he's whirling Krishna. Oh, he's held Krishna's lotus face in his mountain-like arms. What's going to happen to our dear? They're concerned. They're in anxiety, felt extreme anxiety due to compassion, due to love. This match is not fair. Krishna is so gentle. Krishna is a baby. He's not even a youth. And look at this mountain-like Chanura, how he's going to harm our dear Krishna. This is unfair. This is the symptom of love. Like a mother always feels that the baby is, a baby. Even the baby becomes 50-year-old. For the mother, the baby remains the baby. The 70-year-old mother will still feel that the child, he's my child. The child may be like 40 years, 50 years. For the mother, the child remains child. This is the love. This is the compassion. This is the care. They were not aware by the Yogamaya potency. They were not aware of the spiritual or the strength of Krishna Balram. Same way, Mother Yashoda and Kaliya, engulfed Krishna in his, trap. Mother was practically fainted. She was so concerned, out of compassion, out of anxiety. And then Balramji is like having popcorn. Oh, nothing, no big deal. I'm Anant Shesh here. These are my children, my disciples. What will they cause? Right? So this shows the love of the women of Mathura towards Krishna. They assemble in groups. So Sangha has power, right? If someone's deer is in danger, so you see each other support. Dukh, when we share our sorrow, dukkha, it goes down. When someone is in difficulty, we should provide that support. I was recently hearing a class. I don't know. Oh yeah, here. Sensitivity in Vaishnava dealings. Very nice class by Bhaktidev Damodar Swami Maharaj. Recently only he gave. Recently means the Mayapur. So if you feel inspired, I can share the link. Please hear. Give very nice practical points that how we should be caring for each other, be sensitive in our dealings, not be mechanical, not be impersonalistic. As the other day we were talking about Oh, she didn't say Hari Bol to me. Why I should say, right? वो भी बोल सकते हैं ना, उनका ही मुंह है ना, like okay. Or Maharaj said someone, you know, the devotees are passing each other, they don't want to say Hari Bol, or they're cold, or they feel like he didn't say, she didn't say, so why I should say. And normal people on the street also, sensible person on the street also here says good morning or good evening, something, right? As Vaishnavas, we are supposed to have a very high refined character, is it not? So I like that class I was hearing, so just came to my mind. How it came to my mind? Because devotees
One
are
class
okay.
as well.
Sorry.
I heard this class and I shared with lots of the devotees. It's not even 1 hour class, but it has given the summary what exactly is going around right now in our temples.
Mm,
Very nice class and very good to check out ourselves where we are standing right now. Very nice class, Prabhu.
very nice. Please share the summary. Thank you. I was not like searching for it, but this topic came and it seemed interesting, and I was doing my work and just hearing, and so I liked it. And Maharaj was kind, very kind, at the same time very practical also. One nice point which I liked, that he said, where are we going? Where are we going? We have time. If we don't have time for genuine Vaishnava dealings, we're in a hurry, 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 but where are we going? We have to come to reality. We could spend 20 years in ISKCON, 40 years in ISKCON, become a guru, become sannyasi. He said, one sannyasi, one guru, one said to Maharaj, people are offering me obeisance left and right. Wherever I go, they're giving me something. But no one is doing that from the heart. Many are doing out of ritual, many are doing out of fear, many are doing out of duty. So, Maharaj, so he asked, can you be my genuine well-wisher? So one moon is better than 1,000 stars. So we should check upon devotees, we should check upon genuine friends. How are you doing? How is your health? How's your wife, husband? How are your parents doing? It's not mundane, it's not Maya. How are your kids? Is your work doing okay? If we know that they're going through some issue, it could be health, financial, etc. See if something practically also can be done. Let's say if you know a doctor in that field, you can refer. You have some you can refer them for a job. You have something, or at least pray. Prayers matter, right? You may not be able to do much, but prayer is also very practical. And just say that you are there. Let them open up and share their heart. They'll feel relieved. They'll feel appreciated. They'll feel that someone cares. The biggest problem these days is not physical disease, but mental diseases, loneliness, suicidal tendency, depressions, etc. All those are increasing. Why? Because of solitude. Or solitude is not bad. Loneliness is the bad. Loneliness. No one cares for me. I don't matter for anyone. Having that feeling. किसी को पड़ी नहीं है मैं जीऊं या मरूं हिंदी में बोले तो फिर क्या फायदा मर ही जाता ऐसा लोग सोचते हैं. But if we can give at least a few people that they matter, right? They are valuable. They are a dear child of God. We may have shortcomings. We may not be perfect. No worries. No one is. That's why we are here. But giving them a loving, caring environment and supporting. Here the gopis are supporting. They're all concerned. That's how I got this connection of Vaishnava care. They're all supporting each other. When Maya Yashoda was, having an issue, they all used to come. These days, no. As his own is Radhanath Swami, his called Gopal Prabhu, I think I've heard somewhere. It doesn't matter how many millions of dollars we may have. That's not a sign of one's richness. That's not a sign of how rich one is. He said, if one has a tear in one's eye, how many people are genuinely there to wipe it off? Something like that, he says. That's sign of richness. That means how many genuine friends, relationships one has. That person is really rich, who has genuine well-wishers. One time His Grace Shama Sundar Prabhu was in a hospital. I think someone shared this story. And he had some kidney issue, and there were discussion about that kidney might need to be replaced. And the news was given to the Mumbai, Chapati, Mira Road, Juhu community. And next day, 30, 40 devotees showed up that, you can take one of our kidneys and give it to him. And then the doctor said, like, are you like a celebrity or something? Right? Generally, their own kids won't be ready to give kidney, right? It's like that. You are already old. You are on the way. Let me live. Right? This is how the world is, unfortunately. But that's. He gave some other examples also in the class that one time a brahmachari who had given 20, 30 years to the movement, young, he joined maybe at 15 years, 20 years he has given, and somehow he got very sick, right? And the temple authority said, well, you go to your parents' house, get recover, and then come. And when Maharaj got to know, like, he was so shocked. Is this not his home? He gave his youth, he gave his life, he could have worked on millions of dollars. He gave his everything, and you are making him feel that his person doesn't matter, only his projects matter. Like, this is a typical mentality. जब गाय जब दूध दे रही है तो ठीक है, नहीं दूध दे रही तो काट दो. Asura mentality. If the cow is giving milk, okay, we'll get the milk. Now the cow is old or diseased, whatever reason, she can't give milk, kill. This is Asura mentality. He rebelled. He fought against his parents to join the ashram. It's not easy. His parents are not like devotees who supported, okay, you go, wonderful, keep doing prachar. He chose Prabhupada in this movement, and you practically told him get out of his own house for no reason, just for sickness, rather than being a father, temple leader, as we were talking the other day. Leader means responsibility, leader means father, leader means care, leader means to serve, servant leadership. You said, well, no. You are all meant for my service or this temple service. You can't serve now because you are a boja. You are no more an asset. You're a liability now. Get out. When you're an asset, we'll use you. Basically, that's exploitative. Use and throw mentality. It was very, So all these points just recently came from the class. Any thoughts? I don't know how we got to devotee care, but maybe because I heard and I was inspired to share that. Nice class. Please hear if you feel inspired. And these are all very practical things. Very, very practical things. There's only Radhanath Swami Maharaj focuses those on a lot on Vaishnava care. I was in Govardhan Eco Village for 11 days. The way he takes care of people, amazing. Like out of the world. Amazing. That's why he's built the entire Govardhan Eco Village to care for people. The ISKCON Chopati community is known for care in all aspects. Caring about women, caring about, nursing mothers, caring about elders, vanaprasthas, caring about those who are from a weaker financial segment, giving them financial knowledge, setting up banks, setting up hospital, caring physical, mental care, building a whole ecosystem. Even if we can't do all that, if we have a genuine heart, the right words, the right actions, the right things will happen. And we can't, and at least we should do for some people. We should not say, well, no one cares for me, so why? No one is a genuine friend to me, so why I should be? Start with giving. When we give, the world will reciprocate. The universe will balance. The people who say they don't have genuine friends, they generally don't try to be genuine friends to others. I'm not generalizing it, but let's start our part in being a good friend. The community may have 50 people or 500 people. I'm not saying it's possible to be a great friendship with everyone. Impossible, impractical. We can be well-wishers. We can have healthy, respectful boundaries or relationships in that way. We don't disrespect anyone, but we can be more close to those who have the similar frequency, similar mindset, similar propensities, and that we will understand with time, with exchanging those loving exchanges as per Rupa Goswami, reading together, hearing together, prasadam, exchanging gifts, etc. So long story short, we should be a genuine caretaker, genuine friend, and not be mechanical in our dealings and be very sensitive in our dealings with other devotees and care for each other. The world needs that. See, our philosophy is here, but practically, if we don't follow our philosophy, Lord Chaitanya, we were talking, he's Prema Purushottam. He is given to give love. Love means to care. Love means to serve. Love means to be selfless. Chaitanya-caritāmṛta is all about Vaishnava relationships. Chaitanya Bhāgavatam, all about relationships. How the Lord cared for his devotees. And other so many examples also. So here also we see the compassion, the care, the devotees, the gopis are showing for each other. They're genuinely concerned. They assembled in the groups in the arena and spoke to one another. I'll take a pause. Any thoughts, comments, questions so far what we have covered? Is this all making sense? Any thoughts about Vaishnava care or Vaishnava dealings, sensitivity? Anything struck you want to reiterate?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for all the details, Prabhuji. One thing I want to share, my realization is in ISKCON, generally when we are in the neophyte stage, when we come in the starting, So especially now also I see so many people get connected because they love Krishna, they know the philosophy, they want this is the life, and so it's not because of that. They don't understand anything in the starting, especially myself also. But because of the way how the devotees are behaving, how they are showing the love and affection, care, and the affection and all, based on that they will get attracted to that kind of environment. Now also I see so many people, they don't follow chanting, they don't do all the rules and regulations, but they like to come for some programs and they want to host programs because they want that association, the mode of the nature of the people when they are into devotees, that what attracts the people. So slowly then it will lead to that, okay, if we become devotees also we will be like this, our life will be like this. So one example that I remember, Amarendra Prabhu, when he was mentioning that in one state where one Prabhuji got job, there was no program, no satsangs and all, that Prabhuji, he started preaching in his house, like he was inviting his colleagues and all. So and then slowly he started congregation and they bought deities and all. He started very nicely, but they got attracted, the colleagues, because they were thinking like he don't get angry and he don't, his behavior is very good. So they, based on his behavior, they got attracted to the Krishna consciousness. So that is the way, like as a devotee care, so it really attracts the people more than bhakti in the starting stage. Caring, love, and affection, and all the things that matter so much. That's what I feel, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, very practical, thoughtful points and realizations. Maharaj also did mention that it's the genuine love and care which attracts. So Radhanath Swami Maharaj says this in the Yatra, that to the cooks, one time he was like giving a humbling message to them. Don't think people have come to eat your paneer pakoda here. They can eat paneer pakoda at home also, right? Don't think they have come to eat the gulab jamun. They can eat gulab jamun at home also, right? Yes, prasadam is nice, very tasty, very yummy, very spiritual, but you can get it at home also. You can make, offer. It's a loving relationship. It's the community which holds, the fabric of love which holds everything together. So initially, devotees are happy, jolly. Maharaj also made the point. But later, after 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, devotees are miserable. Why? Something is not going right. That fabric of love is gone. The enthusiasm is gone. Now we start looking faults in each other. The same devotees who are glorifying each other genuinely, the glorification is now artificial, but the faults are genuine. Right? The same devotee who said, Prabhu, you are my guru, you are my this, you are my that. Now they are looking for faults, and envy comes. How can you do this? How can you be better? And they cook stories, and a lot of wrong things happens. And that's what takes away the taste. That's what destroys the enthusiasm. That's what, so we have to be very careful and continue giving that love, care, not just to new people, but to existing ones also. It's healthy balance. It should not be like a bucket entry, like one tap is on, but there is a leak, right? Those who are coming, equal number are going. ISKCON has high turnover. One devotee, these traveling preachers, they give this. Like every time we go to this community, there are some old faces, but there are a lot of new faces, and many old faces are gone. Where did they go? Why are they not coming? It's a leaking bucket. The fresh new water is coming, but a lot of water is going because there's a leak. That leak of insensitivity, the leak of lack of care. People don't leave ISKCON because of philosophy. Oh, this Hare Krishna mantra, I don't like this mantra, that's why I'm, or this Bhagavatam book, I don't like the Bhagavatam. Maybe 99%. See, people join, this is from my leadership course I'm taking. People join people, people leave people. Is it making sense? People don't join ISKCON, people join people. Then we could, if someone sees, oh, Sri Devi Radhika Mataji, very nice, caring, Vaishnavi, they get attracted to Mataji and they want to be, as Radha Bharani Mataji was explaining, oh, they are nice people, they have good character, they don't get angry. I want to be like those. Now, if you were in XYZ society, they will be part of that. So, and this is the best way of preaching. By example, Acharan Charatiti Acharya. But you have to have a healthy balance. And so that our enthusiasm don't go down even in the later stages of our bhakti. So we can always, you remember, childlike? So childlike in ISKCON, or we always stay enthusiastic because children are enthusiastic. We should not feel okay. Now I am, ho gaya mera kaam, initiation ho gaya, ye bhi ho gaya, wo ho gaya. Now I'm 10, 20 years. Let the new guys do this. I'll just come and, for 30 minutes, show my face and go. Thank you for sharing those points. Any other thoughts on that? Rupamataji, you were saying something?
Yes, Prabhuji, Radha Mataji took the important points, Prabhuji. It's really true. Yeah, very important.
Mm. So we should have at least a handful of people whom we genuinely, personally try to care. We cannot. And Prabhupada, did not give long classes. Maharaj made this point also. Most of Prabhupada's classes, you'll see like 20 to 30 minutes, no more than that. But then he gave an apple in the beginning, right? That's all he could get at that time. Personally washed, cut, peeled, give the apple, pick their plates, made them feel special, as Vishka Prabhu says. Make them feel special. Encourage the heck out of others. He says that. Because people are special. They need that genuine appreciation. At their home, their wives and husbands are not giving that. People, when they come to ISKCON, like one time I gave like garland to someone, I said like, this is the first garland I got in my life, right? And that's true for many people. If you can, or genuinely give them anything, they feel so special. Should do it. Okay, I guess we'll pause here. There is nothing else. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Jagadguru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaved Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo